If you run a company or manage a team, hiring qualified people quickly can make or break your business. Imagine a position of need going unfilled for weeks or even months because you just can't seem to find the right candidate. When it comes to hiring, Indeed is all you need. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. Indeed sponsored jobs help you stand out and hire fast. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. This makes a huge difference. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Plus, there's no monthly subscriptions, no long-term contracts. You only pay for results on your job post. Just in the last minute that I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Now that is fast. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. Listeners will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/BWN. Go to Indeed.com/BWN right now to support this podcast. Indeed.com/BWN. Terms and conditions apply.
I got to go to a soccer game this weekend. I got to go watch Dallas Trinity FC Dallas Trinity FC Dallas. I can't remember the combination of words.
Amen.
That means I got to go to Fair Park, which means I got to go to the Cotton Bowl, which is always fun. I got to see the Woofus, our beautiful boy.
Yeah, you got to see him again.
Got to confuse the shit out of Beth because she missed the episode where you talked about the Woofus the last time.
I completely forgot about that. Listeners, if you don't remember, the Woofus is a composite statue with Texas longhorns, a sheep's head, a stallion's neck and mane, a hog's body, the dewlap of a sheep, turkey tail feathers, wings, and a highly decorated strip of blanket.
I feel like I always get a little bit confused because there's like a soccer player named Trinity, and then there's also a team named Trinity, but like she doesn't play for Trinity, obviously.
No, it'd be too many Trinities. That'd be double Trinities.
Would that be whatever the 6 prefix would be or whatever the 9 prefix would be? Do they add or do they multiply?
I was thinking that way you're 2/3 of the way to a Triforce.
Yeah, I was going to say to a Trinity of Trinities, yeah.
Imagine if Trinity went to Trinity University here in San Antonio. So
it would be too
I was going to say we need Trinity from the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Also another Trinity.
That's 4 Trinities.
Yeah, so we got to, yeah.
Do an exchange semester at Trinity College Dublin.
Oh, now we're almost to 6. We need one more.
Oh, God. That's a lot of Trinities. I mean, did you want to bring in the Holy Trinity?
I was going to say the Holy Trinity.
Is she going to be the new Pope?
She's wearing the Holy Trinity.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
She's the new Pope.
There we go.
Back to Jordan.
Brought it back.
They are part of the USL Super League, which is also apparently considered to be co-top tier alongside the NWSL. I did not know this.
I mean, this is your second game to see them this season, yes?
And this time they had a bunch of mascots out. Now they have their usual mascot boots.
Yes, with the fur.
The Force, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
the whole stadium was looking at her.
They also have, of course...
She hit the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
They also have, of course, their mascot night. And they had a bunch of local mascots, none of which are very notable or very weird, except for Scrappy was there. Scrappy, the North Texas mean green eagle that always looks so concerned with his Eugene Levy eyebrows. And in the chat, I've dropped a picture, or not in the chat, in the show notes, there's a picture of him. I'll drop it in the chat. And me. And it looks like he wants to run away from me. He looks so concerned about what I'm going to do to him. And is it just me?
Jordan, where were your hands?
Hands were above the waist this time.
Okay. All right.
They should always be above the equator with a mascot. That's all I'm going to say.
Definitely.
I mean, I got in touch with Tubby earlier this year.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Please don't say those words.
I got to touch his hips.
Mm.
You and Tubby did not leave room for Jesus.
Did you do the dip?
No
Did you put your hand upon his hip when you dip? He dip, we dip?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, mayo is a great dip.
Is it?
Yeah, for
It
fries.
can. No, sour
Mayo?
cream is better for dips. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I mean,
Well, sometimes you have a mayo in a dip. Like,
Yeah, it's a dip ingredient.
yes, it's part way to a dip. By itself, only if you're dipping fries, and then you're Dutch.
I mean, it's great that way. You're gonna hear no slander from me about mayo fries. But I'm just happy that Scrappy and I had a moment.
Even though Scrappy was not particularly happy about that moment, it seems.
Okay, but I don't think he can ever be happy.
That's true. His face is unfortunately stuck like that.
I'm gonna find you a picture of Scrappy. So one of our followers posted it on Blue Sky. It's of Scrappy crowd surfing.
Mm-hmm. And he just looks very worried that they're going to drop him.
yeah.
I mean, I would be too.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, you're the mean green. Why is this mascot so worried?
He's not.
Maybe it's just a projection of their own like internal worries that they come out so mean.
Well, I mean, it's like, hey, we're the mean green, but I'm not that mean.
Right? Like people say I'm mean.
I'm-
I don't think I'm mean.
I'm still
I'm trying to
kinda
be nice.
You know, I try.
But it's not like even I'm trying to be nice. It's oh god, oh god, oh god, what's going on? Oh god, there's so many people. Oh my god, he's anxiety bird. That's what he is.
Right. I mean, same.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh said chicken, got anxiety. Maybe Scrappy's got all that anxiety.
It was a perfectly good mascot.
Jim
Is it?
What you did to it, it has anxiety.
That's right.
Welcome
Welcome,
everyone.
everybody, to the Sickos Committee podcast.
This is our podcast for the evening of April 27th, 2025. Welcome to the off season. We are knee deep in it. Join us for another evening of whatever this is. As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Pitt Girl, special guest Big Sky Brigit, and Arthur on the ones and twos. Pitt Girl, you raised your glasses at me.
I'm a little confused as to why you're welcoming the listeners to the off season when it's been the off season for 3 months.
I'm just reminding them.
I
That's
mean,
fair.
Well, the
Jordan-
draft is over, so what do we have to look forward to except
I mean, CFL's coming up in about a month.
that's
So.
true.
I mean, the UFL, not the USFL. UFL had a fun game today. That was interesting.
Also,
They had a
hockey
fun game
playoffs.
the other day.
Soon we can snort cocaine and ride a motorcycle out of a helicopter.
I mean, there is hockey OT.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a few of those.
Yes,
Pitt Girl,
already.
how are you?
It's Sunday. I spent most of this weekend outside touching grass because it has been glorious here in scenic Cap Region, Pennsylvania. So I encourage it. I'm out here photosynthesizing. It's very nice.
Bridget, how are you?
I too touched grass this weekend because it was gorgeous and now it's raining again. So I wanted to get all my vitamin D while I was able to, but now we've got that nice spring rain where it's nice outside, it's pleasant, like it's not too cold. Everything's green and beautiful.
Wonderful. Commish?
I touched grass also. I was coaching the 7 to 8 year old team, and I fell to my knees after we gave up like 5 goals again, and we lost 5-0.
Oh no.
Disaster. What about 2 of the goals is the goalie for the other team just punted it the entire field, and the goalie just couldn't stop it.
Ouch.
It was very demoralizing. Like putting their hands up, like I don't know what to do. Everything was just like my whole team wants to play goalie, but none of them can play goalie. So they want the cool gloves and the jersey. That's all they want. They want the cool gloves and the different colored jersey, and that's it. So
I mean, how hard can it be?
How hard can it? Evidently, when a ball is bouncing the entire way, but hey, it's like chest height. What am I gonna do? Okay, it's a goal.
I mean, at this point, I feel like maybe you may as well. Do they all get a turn at being the goalie?
It's the YMCA, and I'm mandated to play all these kids at least half the game.
Okay.
So I have to do that, and having some of them as a goalie is a way to make sure everybody gets to play. So I kind of rotate. Like every quarter is a different goalie. So
I mean, based off of the sound of it, you may as well let all the kids try.
yeah, I let another one try at the end for the first time, and yeah, his goal kicks were right to the other team, and they put it right in the back of the net also. So that was nice.
Do you have like
Sharing is caring.
in youth soccer? Is there a position that you put the players who aren't that good at?
The thing is, they're 7 and 8-year-olds, and you can tell them to stay in a position. You'll either have the kid that listens to you too much and won't move from that position, or then you'll have the other kid that just will aimlessly drift around and just go wherever the ball is and crowd around it. Then you have the other kid that wants to dig in the dirt and play with the dirt as the ball rolls by them. So yeah, there's, I realized this week, which is it's game 4, that there's only one kid on my team that has played more than 1 year, that it's not their first year doing youth soccer, and it's my son. That's it.
I do like that you've got like slightly less bunchy bunch ball.
Slightly less. The ref was calling foul throw-ins, and I'm like, "Are you kidding? These
Come
kids
on
are
now. What the hell?
They can't
They're
jump."
just
I'm like,
barely
dude,
able to follow
like,
directions.
like we got foul thrown. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what are they doing wrong? It's like he jumped. And I'm like, all right, man, you're gonna hold him to like they're not dragging a toe. Whatever, dude. Whatever.
I mean, I feel like it's better to have a ref that's too into it than a ref that is not into it enough.
No, let the kids play. Let them slide tackle each other.
Well, like
let the 8-year-olds beat the shit out of each other. It's fine.
He was like, no. You got a free kick, but you can't kick it until I blow the whistle. And like the kids were not listening to him.
They're kids.
He was not listening. The kids weren't listening to him at all. Like, I was like, just go. He's like, it doesn't matter.
Let them do youth MMA. It's fine.
Come on,
I'm surprised that he didn't show him a card for being disrespectful.
I mean, he's not an Arsenal player, so it's okay. Probably got red card and kicked out the game. So.
Oh man, if I was a youth soccer ref, I would be showing cards left and right.
Pokemon cards?
I mean,
I was gonna say playing cards.
That's how you could entice them to actually listen to you, is just show them Pokemon cards. Like, you want a shiny?
Here's a holographic.
This is how you throw it in.
I'd be handing the reverse card to him.
Oh,
reverse Uno. Bam.
Imagine a soccer ref doing like card tricks, right? Like, it's time to like someone commits a foul. Like the ref walks up, like pulls the yellow card out of their ear or something.
Oh, real cutesy shit. Yeah, that went down really well.
Yeah, close-up magic always plays well.
Why is this ref wearing a cape?
I don't know. He's got a top hat on. How can he run full speed?
Why is he in that big of a sweat? Oh, he's pulling the flags out of his shirt.
That's for the offsides. It's offsides.
Mm-hmm.
The offsides flag comes out like
and they just keep coming and coming and coming, and then it's the offsides flag.
Yes, totally.
I have $1 million idea. Property of the Sickos Committee. TM.
Okay.
Savannah Bananas, but for soccer with these officials.
They definitely have that in Europe.
They gotta.
What is
do they have it here yet?
I don't.
If they're in Europe, they're probably the Harlem Globetrotters as well, but the other Harlem. We need to talk about some things, guys. We need to talk about...
No. Oh. Yeah.
Let's talk about Shedeur Sanders.
No.
I mean, look, we got to talk about him just enough for us to put it in the show title, the show description,
Mm,
all
This
of
is how
that
we get
stuff.
the SEO.
Because look, I mean, SEO runs the world.
mm.
Like
It's
SEO
true.
runs the NFL draft. I don't know. Like you look at all of these teams, and you look at the SEO value of Shedeur Sanders, and I
Oh.
don't understand why they weren't drafting him. Like they need that SEO.
If I may take a moment to talk about SEO briefly, I have Googled Savannah Bananas, but for soccer,
Mm.
just to see. And I have gotten, because Google sucks now, I've gotten many actual Savannah Bananas results and like 3 paragraphs of AI slop that refers, including the concept of Savannah Bananas, but for soccer, refers to a hypothetical soccer team or event that adopts the unique and entertaining style of the Savannah Bananas. And then it just talks about like this as a hypothetical business idea.
Useless.
I like now that you Google something and Google is like just trying to explain what you just Googled. Like, yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for actual results on.
So like, you know that I'm going to Google Shedeur Sanders and it's also going to give me some bullshit.
I've switched from Google. I don't use it anymore. I'm all DuckDuckGo. I could turn off the AI.
I thought you were going to Jeeves it.
No.
Are you asking
DuckDuckGo.
Jeeves?
No. DuckDuckGo.
He's gone back to Lycos.
I still have my Lycos email address, I think. It was the one that, when you create an email address and it's the funky name that you probably shouldn't have on the resume.
Yep.
And then you had to create the real email address because you're applying for jobs with it. Yes.
I have 2 different Gmail accounts for this reason.
Yeah, I do too.
I was too lazy to create another account, so I just used my Pitt account once I got to Pitt.
Oh yeah, I also, because you get to keep that email address forever. So like that's my official adult email address, even though I haven't been a Pitt student for almost 10 years.
We got to see the menu from the green room,
Oh yeah.
and it was very Green Bay. I appreciate them going local here with things
Yeah.
like bacon butterburger sliders, a brat cheesesteak sliders. We have a Deer County cherry salad.
Door County.
Door County, thank you. Chorizo and beer mac and cheese mac. Sorry, chorizo and beer cheese mac. Served with toast points. But going all the way down, you have to really appreciate fresh fried Vern's curds.
I mean, looking at this though, I feel like, so full disclosure, I did not watch a single minute of the draft because just like as a rule, I do not watch things if I could just save time by looking up what happened on Wikipedia. I don't watch award shows. I don't watch the NFL draft. It's like there's nothing for me to actually see. Like they're announcing things. I don't need to watch them announce things. I can just go online to see the announcements.
But you
But-
missed out on Schefter's truly terrible suit.
No,
Oh,
because
God.
again, if
suit
something
hoodie.
interesting happens, it's all
It'll be
over
on
the
the timeline.
timeline. I don't have
Yeah,
to
we
spend my
talked about
time
this on
watching it.
Twitch on Friday night
So
because it was
my
everywhere.
thing, you look at all the outfits that the draft prospects have. Are you eating food, risking that you're gonna spill on your outfit right before your big moment when you're on national TV? Like it's your moment. Are you gonna go out there with like a cheese stain or something?
I mean, I'd be shoveling Vern's curds into my mouth.
I would not touch this food if I was getting drafted.
I would simply just have a Tide pen with me.
Yep.
The vibe was very good in Green Bay. I have to admit that. It was a lot of fun. There were tons of folks there. Even with the rain on days 2 and most of day 3, they had a great crowd. Mel Kiper Jr. was melting down.
He was very in his feelings all weekend.
We need to talk about how to share your feelings, Mel Kiper Jr. There's better ways to share your feelings. We need to talk about the balls, though.
Yeah.
Men
Oh.
will literally lose their mind on national television rather than go to therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 100% true.
We found out that Mel Kiper never eats in front of anybody else.
That's weird.
And when he gets pizza, he just takes the cheese all the way off. Like it's gone. He
Also,
throws it away.
apparently he doesn't eat the crust on his pumpkin pie.
Yeah, he doesn't eat the crust of the pumpkin pie, but the crust underneath it is fine. But like the edge doesn't
The
eat the
end
crust.
crust.
Yeah.
Which like sometimes I get. Like sometimes that is like a little bit overbaked.
Okay.
Like sometimes you don't want to eat that, but as a rule, mm-mm.
This is just telling me he's a football guy.
Football guy. Just all about pumpkin pie and football.
I feel like
Perpetually
athletes,
Thanksgiving.
but more specifically like coaches, like guys who are like lifers. I feel like they just end up picking up some really weird food quirks just based on, kind of what you have to put yourself through to be a pro athlete or to be kind of in that sphere, right? Like, what there's like some food that Tom Brady won't eat, right? I want to say it's like
Most of it.
strawberries.
Most
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, but like
Lobsters.
I'm just saying, I feel like it's a hallmark of someone who's just like so deep into sports that they just get all of these weird food quirks.
Yeah.
Like I know Pitt had an assistant coach who is no longer there who like would drink flat Mountain Dew. Like he would open a can and like put it in the fridge and then come back to drink it. I was like, and he would do this like in his office, like crunching film and like not coming home to see his wife. And that's just the kind of vibe I would assume someone like Mel Kiper would have to have just to like fully immerse himself into the draft and that sort of type of individual.
I mean, we all heard the story of Jeremy Pruitt, former Tennessee head coach, did not know what asparagus was.
Wasn't there a guy who didn't know about Yoda?
Yoda the person?
Like the Star Wars character.
The little green guy.
Okay.
Little green guy, yeah.
I thought there was a food that was slang for Yoda that I didn't know about.
If anything,
what
that's just
food
weed.
would that be?
I don't know.
Jordan, this might be your most Ivy League moment somehow.
Why?
I don't know. It just is.
It feels very Ivy League coded. I'm with you.
No, the kids are calling like crudité Yoda now. That's what all the cool kids are doing.
What?
Congratulations, you are now Dr. Oz.
I don't even know what crudité is.
They're raw vegetables.
A veggie
okay.
plate.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Which I never read right in my head the first time.
Okay.
Whenever I hear the word crudité, it just sounds like kumite to me, and like it gets me fired up.
I can't even spell that, man.
We need to talk about the balls. We've delayed too much.
Okay.
We have to talk about the balls.
Men will literally talk about the balls on a podcast rather than going to therapy.
I do both, okay? I do both. I'm capable of doing both.
I mean,
this was a video
you
from
can do two things.
This is a video from friend of the program, Jaguar Gator 9, who has a YouTube channel, has on Twitter, and was at the draft all 3 days, I believe. Commish, you talked to Jaguar Gator 9?
Yeah, so actually, before we watched the video, the viral video, which you may or may not be aware of, don't worry, it shouldn't be a clip. So he's at the draft with his dad every year. It's a thing that he goes, and he's not in like the normal crowd or whatever. He's in like the underneath the overhang, like kind of where the super fans are, and he's in that section, and he's with his dad. So he's there on day 3. Shedeur Sanders still has not been picked. And then he starts to notice there's a buzz of a bunch of cameras circling the pick, circling, the Browns fans. They're circling, they're over there. Like, they're like day 3, they're not filming the crowd at all. They don't care. They're just doing their talk or whatever. So he starts to notice this, and he starts to take a video. Now, the angle that he's at on the floor of this cuts off the Cleveland Browns logo, which is the Browns logo, and then for some reason they have a bone there, but you only get the very bottom of the bone, and it is a moving graphic that undulates up and down.
It's pulsing too.
It is pulsating.
First, instead of being horizontal, the bone is vertical.
The bone is vertical, yes. So, yeah. When there's a police officer there, when he starts talking about all these cameras coming out, and it looks like a scrotum. So just and it's pulsating, and then we're like, I don't know who tweeted this. Was this you, Jordan? You were like,
This was me.
oh, that's a ball.
Because it's also flesh colored too.
Yeah,
I
Mhm.
haven't watched this, and
Yeah.
I'm about to watch it
You're in for a
now.
treat.
throw it in here if
Yeah,
you want
enjoy
to.
this.
It's just
Yeah, here
it's
I'll throw it. I'll throw it in this episode.
what I mean. Go right ahead and do it. He has a full. It's like a minute 40-second clip, and
Oh my god!
What else could it be? It also has like little dark. It's supposed to be like grit marks.
Why
on
does it have jiggle physics?
Yes, I don't know.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
It also looks like what it has like pubic hair on the scrotum too.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
textured.
it's supposed to be like weathered, like an
Yeah.
actual bone,
It's a
but
very yes.
it doesn't look like that.
It has anime titty jiggle physics, and that's really upsetting.
And like he's just talking about like, look at all these people on the stage, and then in the background it's just like these balls are
It's just
jiggling.
bouncing. It's literally
Yeah.
just bouncing like anime
He didn't-
waifu titties.
He didn't notice because where he was, he could see the whole thing. It wasn't a
Yeah.
big deal. He
Wasn't a
didn't
big
realize
deal.
it till after he posted the video, and everyone's like, "Oh, those are balls."
That's why is that guy getting teabagged on the stage?
It's
just like-
literally the Arrested Development bit where he posts it a little bit down, a little bit. Yep. Someone posts
those are balls, yes.
Henry Winkler going, "Those are balls."
So I asked him some questions after this because I wanted to know if he realized what he did or if this was just like a ridiculous happy accident mistake right before the Shedeur Sanders pick. And so I asked him a question. I was like, the angle was not intentional. You were just fully focused on all the cameras that were coming for this pick, and you thought it would be the Shedeur Sanders pick. He goes, not even the slightest bit intentional. I was there 3 nights of the draft, so I didn't even put 2 and 2 together because I've seen that video board so many times. I was focused on the positioning of the cameras because there were so many of them. Usually for picks on day 3, you'll see a camera come up when it's the pick itself made, and that's it. But for this one, they were lined all around in position way before. So I had a feeling something was up and just wanted to zoom in on the cameras. And then so I asked him if he was there like professionally for the Jags or if he was just in the pit. He was like, he says, I'm just a fan. I go to the draft every year with my dad, and we've been going for a while now. I went through on location. So that's what he used. He says the bone graphic was there for every single pick Cleveland made. But I never put it together that from that angle, it looked like that. It looked like balls. Only after people started commenting on the video, which I just wanted to post to get the moment at the draft, when it happened, did I realize, yep, that's a sack. And so I wanted to ask him, I was like, is there any social media of yours you want us to plug? Your YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter? He says he just has YouTube and Twitter. We're okay to post the video on Instagram, which we did as a reel, which our reel is now over like 1 million views, but we credited him on it, which is incredible. And there's a lot of comments like that. That's a sack. So follow official Jaguar Gator 9 on YouTube and Twitter. Again, thank you so much for him taking the video and speaking with us about it. But we've been following him for like the longest, and it's just kind of like one of those, like he only has like 6,000 followers, or like he'll probably have way more now because he discovered the balls. But but yeah, that internet video had the draft by the balls, so to speak.
I just love that as right, like Shedeur Sanders slides to wherever it was he got drafted. I don't remember the number, but people are like, oh, like, he's really like, why is he sliding? And then like when he makes the pick, not even like fully like on the broadcast in terms of what people are saying, but just all the cameras coming out like fully illustrate why teams didn't want him. Like it's rare that you see kind of the point made quite so quickly, quite so completely as you can see immediately.
We asked on our draft episode what 3 teams would do stupid things, and we came up with Giants, Browns, and Saints. And I think they all delivered.
Yes, and in some form they did. I think the Giants took day one by doing the trade back into the first round to draft Jackson Dart towards the end of the first round.
That sure was a choice, guys.
That was a choice. And I just want to go over their QB room. Now is Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Tommy DeVito, and Jackson Dart.
Tommy DeVito didn't ask for this.
No. Again, it allowed me to post Sean Stellato, the Marist super agent for Tommy Cutlets. I was really enjoying that. Also, one thing with the Giants I really, really loved is that they got the Italian tight end from Nebraska.
They did. The one with the Italian flag across his chest.
The one with the Italian flag, like Fedone. I want a preseason touchdown from Tommy DeVito to Thomas Fedone. And they just nothing but Italian hand gestures after that in the preseason, please.
Nah.
You think Tommy Cutlets' mom is going to adopt Tommy Fedone? Bring him over for dinner? Ask him if he's eating?
Guaranteed, yeah. I mean, you're in the NFL. You got to eat more now.
Feed him a truly concerning quantity of lasagna. Yeah.
It's going to be, she's just going to hand him an extra lasagna that she baked, just in case.
You got to take that home. You make sure you eat that.
I mean, lasagna is better the day after anyway. So.
100%.
Yeah, that is a known fact.
The Saints decided that the number 40 pick in overall should be Tyler Shuck of Louisville.
Yeah.
Quarterback 2 of this draft.
Yeah, quarterback number 2 of this draft.
3.
Yeah.
3, my bad. It's 3.
Oh, number 3, yeah, because Cam went number 1. We like nobody's talking about Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick. We're talking about all the other quarterbacks.
I feel legit bad for Cam Ward because even on the broadcast,
I love it.
They did not talk about Cam Ward. They barely talked about Travis Hunter, who is the Jags traded
the literal Heisman winner. Yes.
The Jags traded up to pick up Travis Hunter, but we get no talk about this.
I mean, it's ESPN. Like I don't have a lot of expectations for ESPN programming at this point. And I don't think that, especially if you're drafted that high, like you're a star, you were a star in college, you're probably going to be a star in the NFL. I doubt that is a big concern for these guys, but I mean, I just, ESPN, it's all about what gets clicks now. Even when it's on a broadcast where you don't need people clicking, right? Like they're either watching or they're not. That's how they're run now. And that's how they're doing all their programming. And then they wonder why, it's not any good.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Also, like, I don't really care about the draft except to, draft things on this podcast and to root for Pitt players to get picked up. And I would like to take this moment to note that Pitt Pitt Internet was somewhat concerned that there would be no Pitt draftees this year. There were 3, which is exciting.
Wee, 3.
But what I will say, not really in ESPN's defense, because I think Arthur's right, but like, Cam Ward going number 1 was such a foregone conclusion that, like, what do you say?
Yeah.
Because they've been talking about it for months.
I mean, like, if you're interested in, covering the draft and doing it justice, it should be easy to say something because he's going number 1. You can prepare that stuff, right? Like, it's not like something where you get surprised or there's a trade or something like that. I get why, like, oh, it's boring. The best player going number 1. I mean, I don't know. If you can't make a sports story out of that, then,
well,
I don't know what you're doing.
I think it's more that it's not that there's nothing to say, but that ESPN has already said the thing that you can say because the draft coverage gets stretched out for so fucking long now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, college football season ends. College football season doesn't even necessarily hasn't ended yet, and we're already talking about, oh, this player's going to go here, and like the endless NFL full year hype cycle thing, right? And at some point, when you've been saying, it became fairly obvious that Cam Ward was going to go number one fairly early, and so like it's, as I said, it's not that there's nothing to say, but if you've already said it a million times, what do you say?
Right.
You know?
For me, it's very much our expectations for you were low, but holy shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Can I say that I love Cam Ward as a representation of what being able to switch schools brings you? Unrecruited by anyone out except Incarnate Word out of high school. Laid it out at Incarnate Word, got to Wazoo, laid it out at Wazoo, got to Miami. Like, that is what, when it's done, like, in my mind, how it should be done, that's what transfers will do, like, to me. This kid who just needed a chance, and when he got the chance, he fucking killed it. He's the alternate of, hey, maybe polish up that resume, get that LinkedIn cleared up.
Okay, but also don't. Diego Pavia, stay in college forever. We love you.
Yeah, hey, you know who fucking stayed in college? My boy Quinn Ewers. He probably should have rethought that one and just taken the transfer, but that's okay.
Where did he even end up going?
Miami, seventh
Miami
round.
in the 7th round.
Oof, buddy.
I mean, I don't know. Like, you can always second guess, and you can say that, like, maybe early career earnings are going to be lower, but I mean, like, you never know. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now in college athletics. I know people like love to say that. That's very cliche, but I mean, getting drafted, right? Like, you can sign a contract, like you get like you have an actual contract, right? Versus
Yeah.
like college, like, yes, you can get NIL, you can get paid now legally as a college athlete, but there's still a lot more uncertainty. I mean, if he's had some injuries, if he comes back to college, gets hurt, plays that 1 year, then then maybe he doesn't ever make the NFL at all, right? And who knows what the house settlement is? It going to be enacted? Is it not? Like, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. It's I get it. I like, he's still going to make a bunch of money, and good for him.
With Louisville's Tyler Shuck going to the Saints, Commish, what does the Saints QB room look like now?
So I know we went like a roundabout path. We're back to the Mr. Shuck. Shuck and oysters there at Acme Oyster House. But the Saints quarterback room is Derek Carr, which could be out for the year, mysterious shoulder injury. I don't know. Jay Kaner and Spencer Rattler. One note for me to make, I guess, everybody on the podcast feel old: Tyler Shuck will officially be the last person drafted to the NFL born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So
the slow march of time continues.
That's right. Linear time was a mistake.
Yeah, this is inflicting psychic damage onto me, although it is not quite as severe as this week at work when a coworker mentioned that she was born in 2000.
I mean,
that's fun.
That'll happen.
I know, but like, you cannot convince me in any way that anyone born after 2000 is a real ass adult, and yet they are.
Oh, I don't think of them as adults, but I do think of them as people.
They're people.
I'm not convinced that they're people yet.
I love that the Saints went for a guy that's 25. Really, really injury history. Before, and again, 1 year with Jeff Brom will do wonders for your career. So I'm blaming this all on Jeff Brom. If this works out, I love you, Jeff Brom. If it doesn't, it's all your fault. So Jeff Brom, if the quarterback doesn't work out, it's your fault somehow. I'm just gonna blame it on you. Because if he didn't do the 1 year with Jeff Brom, the Saints are probably not picking him in the draft in the second round. So this is Jeff Brom's fault.
I mean, I have this problem, right, where because I really only watch college football, when I hear about like NFL rosters, NFL teams, like most of the players seem pretty good to me just because like you are probably pretty good in college just to make the NFL. So it's always like whenever I see someone trying to talk about like how bad an NFL team is a certain position or like oh they don't have any depth there or whatever, I'm always like I don't know, like I remember that guy balling out, you know. So I mean you could absolutely sell me on all four of these guys based on their college careers where I'm like, yeah, like I remember, yeah, he had some good games. I think my favorite would probably be Jake Hainer, like in terms of like total career
Oh
just to
yeah,
watch, just
for
because he
sure.
was a lot of fun. But I mean, all of these guys are like, yeah, they could play, you know?
Yeah, there's something like that. I mean, I did enjoy the. I'm glad the Saints drafted the dog, Tyler Shuck's dog. So I mean
Such a good
that's
boy. Such a
that.
fluffy
That
good
dog
boy.
I
is the
mean
best dog.
Very good
there
dog.
was no, the dog's good. I'm not, I'm gonna say this out loud. It's probably gonna be very divisive, but I'm more of a cat person than a dog person,
It's okay.
which may not be, it's probably the most controversial thing that'll come out of this podcast. But
As long as
I
you can recognize a good boy.
like the dog was ready to play. The dog was excited. The dog is ready for some fine New Orleans dog food. So I mean, again, gonna get those good table scraps there in New Orleans. Gonna be eating good in the neighborhood. So I did want to mention you mentioned Quinn Ears. I love Quinn's like war room with like every dead animal known to man mounted on the wall behind Quinn. Have you
It,
seen
it looks like a steakhouse.
I
it?
mean,
Like,
I'd just be worried about a polar bear falling on him.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out how many animals are there. From like the Quinn's room is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a moose, 7, 8. There's a buffalo, 9, 10, 11. Is that a fire extinguisher or an animal? I don't know.
I count at least 19.
Yeah.
At least 19. And I think there's like is it like a bobcat behind, like in an action pose? Is that or is it like a? I don't
I
know.
can't tell what the bears are.
I don't know.
They do have some like not just mounted but like fully taxidermy like you'd see
Yeah.
in a like natural history museum.
It does look like there's a bear with a hat on it. I don't.
Yeah,
I
that,
honestly-
that looks very much like a little bear.
Yeah.
I'm
But
not
like a
convinced
stuffed
that this was not the inside of a Cabela's.
this Cabela's are more tasteful than this, and you know it.
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah, it's too much for a Cabela's. I think this is
Too much for
this is the house from this is Brad Wesley's house from the movie Roadhouse.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, my husband went to a Scouts Pinewood Derby at a car dealership that had about this number of animals on the walls. I got a text about it, and we were joking about that it looked like Quinn Ewer's house.
Chevy
Yeah.
dealer,
Yes, ma'am.
how's your Tahoe?
Tell me, how's your Tahoe?
I will say that we can crack on the Browns a little bit, but the Browns first couple rounds solid.
Yeah.
Mason Graham out of Michigan,
Yeah.
Carson Schweisinger out of UCLA, Quinshawn Judkins out of Ohio State, and Commish.
Yeah.
Harold fucking Fannin Jr.
Yes.
from Bowling Green.
That's nice. That was good. I didn't. I was wondering where he would go. Now he doesn't even have to change colors. Like, I mean, all his gear that he had
it's
at
the
Bowling
same
Green,
stuff.
same
Yes.
color. I mean, it's perfect. And it's just basically where Bowling Green is. Not that far of a drive either to
Yeah,
Cleveland.
it's just down the road.
Just down the road.
And then, of course, they pulled Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon in the third round, which
That
Okay.
was the one.
That's fine.
That was the one that made everybody lose their minds. Like, why did they draft Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur is still there? Like the pitch from like, hey, Shedeur hasn't been drafted. He's going to be drafted soon. But then when the Browns selected Dylan Gabriel, like the pitch went like, oh my God, like this is a conspiracy. Like it went off the charts because basically that ended Friday night. Like he had to wait to day 3 for the draft after that. And so this was just like Thursday, first round, you're like, okay, fine. He doesn't go in the first round. It's fine. He's going to go in the next day. He'll go the next day. And then when Dillon Gabriel gets drafted, and then the Steelers kept like passing, and like Mel Kiper was just like gonna just, do a Bane on Heinz Field at this point, but like just losing his mind. And then once Dillon Gabriel drafted, like that shifted the thing into overdrive where like I'm getting texts from like people that don't even like when's Shedeur gonna get drafted? And like Saturday morning, my mom was like, "Are they ever gonna draft the Sanders kid?" I'm like, my mom is not even like really into the NFL. Like she'll text me who that or go Dolphins every now and then because that's her 2 teams. But no, just it was like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I can't tell you. But that was the pick that did it, which was hilarious to me.
I mean, like, I heard it from a lot of places, and again, like, doing a great job. Like, why isn't this guy getting drafted? Well, maybe it's because so many people who don't even follow the NFL are like, why isn't this guy getting drafted? Maybe that's why teams don't want to draft him. I just the other thing there's that whole angle. The other angle I like is just like imagine if you are a NFL head coach and you're thinking about like, hey, do I want to draft the guy whose dad is a coach? Like, because I feel like, right, you're gonna have now on the Browns, like people are going to be talking about him and they're going to be asking like, oh, like when's he going to start? How much playing time he's going to get? Way more than they would a normal backup quarterback, right? So you have that angle. But then you also have the angle, if you are a head coach, that people are going to start asking, like, when is Dion replacing you? And I think that's a very funny position to put coaches, like 32 NFL coaches in, is like, hey, do you want to make this draft pick that maybe not inside your building, but definitely in the media, in the fan base, is going to light a fire under your seat? I don't know.
Let's talk about this quarterback room real fast because
I
we
wouldn't
have
have drafted him. I'll just say that.
let's talk about the quarterback room because we have old man Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco coming back for one last job, and it's the Browns QB. I don't know. He's probably the funny thing with Flacco, Joe Flacco, is like he's now become like a journeyman. Like he was with the Ravens. He's with the Ravens for so long, and then they didn't. He left the Ravens, and then now he's been with the Jets, with the Colts, with the Browns. I mean, he's just bouncing around. It's crazy that he's I guess kind of reinvented himself after that career where everybody wanted to know if he was elite. And then from that point, you have Kenny Pickett. You have probably out for the year Deshaun Watson, along with fill in the blank there. Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, who you drafted both in this draft.
I would like to take this moment to say that my son Kenny Pickett also does not deserve this.
Yes.
What did he do to deserve this?
I mean, look, Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett have the same amount of Super Bowl rings. It's fine.
That's right.
That is true.
I mean, that sounds like a winning combination to me.
It does. I mean, you got Super Bowl quarterbacks.
I don't know. I don't get why. Like a lot of people, I feel like, try to kind of project out a quarterback room, right? Like obviously, if you have 4 quarterbacks, they're not all going to start for you. Typically, you only start one quarterback. But if you look at this quarterback's situation, I guess 5 quarterbacks, including the one that's out injured, but really 4 quarterbacks. But if you look at this situation, like none of these guys are so good that it's like, oh, well, they're the starter,
No, none of them.
Like at that point, why not have several options?
But that's the wild thing.
Especially coming out of college, like who who knows how they're going to make the transition?
But that's the wild thing is to have 5 people in your quarterback room and you don't have a QB1.
Yeah, but that's why you have 5 of them.
That's
No,
what
if
they
you don't
said.
have a QB1, like if you have that many QBs and you don't have a QB1, like you don't have a QB.
I'm gonna say this. They'll probably start the season with Flacco.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
because he
Flacco's your
is-
QB1? Like that Joe Flacco in the year of our Lord 2025 is going to be our QB1.
Can we just take a second to talk about the fact how we're pronouncing Joe Flacco like he's a walking taco?
Flacco.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
Flacco.
Flacco
Taco.
Flacco.
Flacco. Okay, sorry. My bad.
It's fine.
Jordan's pronunciation this podcast has been a little bit off, and I've been like trying not to say anything. But it's been fun. It's messing everybody up.
I can never tell if you guys are just trying to mess with me
Flacco.
or you're just trying to like I can't tell if it's a bit whenever
No,
you pronounce something.
it's definitely not a bit.
I know with Nevada because I said something about Nevada that
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Nevada? Yeah, it's Nevada.
Nevada.
I say Nevada.
My God, I'm looking at Joe
Jesus
Flacco.
Christ.
I'm looking at Joe Flacco's career. So he's with the Ravens from 2008 to 2018. Then he was with the Broncos, the Jets, the Eagles, back to the Jets, the Browns, the Colts, now back to the Browns.
But is he elite?
I don't know.
He's just signing up for one more job. He's the man with no name, just wandering into town.
Do people still play Immaculate Grid?
No,
I think so. I've seen like a few folks.
Because that would explain it.
Other fun picks. Cam Scatterbo went in the early fourth round.
He was fourth round too.
Fourth round. Yep. To the Giants. Everyone. You could tell that the folks behind the desk were very excited about this pick and wanted to show the footage because they were just like, watch this guy run into dudes. Watch him run at dudes.
Yep.
They even showed Sac State footage.
This is spiritually correct, and I'm into it.
They even got a quote from his mom that said that Cam Scatterbo used to put on shoulder pads and just like run shoulders into the light pole, like the light post on his street growing up.
This is a future Philadelphia Eagle.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't care where he got drafted to. He's going to end up in Philadelphia.
I mean, this does fit like a type of New York there. This fits one of the boroughs very well. Like just running in the light post with your shoulder pads on.
This is Brooklyn-ish shit. Honda McCord goes to Honda. I was going to say Honda Accord. Safe, reliable Honda McCord goes to the Eagles, where they will strip him for parts.
If you park in the wrong spot of the city, yes. But that's everything.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely getting parked in the median on South Broad. It's fine.
The Patriots took Miami kicker Andres Borregales in the 6th round with pick number 182. We had a lot of people being like, wait, didn't we just have a Borregales go through?
Yes, it was his brother.
Both went to Miami.
Yeah. Well, the other one was the FIU kicker who did the gestures, the throat slash gesture after kicking the game winner.
No,
and then transfer.
It wasn't the game winner. It was a random extra point. That's even better.
Oh, was it like before halftime or something? I think
I remember it was a random extra point though. They were already out.
But then the year after that, he transferred to Miami, which was incredible. Like he did that to Miami, and then like, okay, come play for Miami.
The Yankees of football. Wait, maybe. The Yankees. Well, no, the Yankees haven't been winning either with all their money. So who cares?
They're not even that rich.
Denver, of course, drafts a punter, which at altitude, you kind of want that.
I love this punter because he goes from the Florida swamp to altitude. Like his punts are going to get even more like amazing, I would say.
Oh, they're going to soar. There's no air for them to cut through.
There's no air. Like, I mean, he was kicking in like the most humid air possible in college football in the swamp. Now he's going to Mile High. I mean, these are going to be some punts. Some good punts coming.
Other things. The
Hold on,
Raiders.
let me mention where he's from.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah, that's right. He's from Emu Plains, New South Wales, Australia. Emu Plains.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. It's on the I'm sorry, pretty far outskirts of Sydney. So it's like way out there before like Sydney turns into like nothingness, basically, on those roads out there.
Where the emus roam free.
That's right. Home on the Emu Plains.
Should have gone to Eastern Michigan.
Should have.
The Raiders drafted 2 FCS quarterbacks. They got Tommy Mellott, touchdown Tommy. And they got North Dakota State's Cam Miller.
Yeah.
Now, can we talk about North Dakota State's Cam Miller real fast and what he had in his draft room?
Sure.
Because up front and center was Settlers of Catan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Was the other lineman that had
Catan NIL deal?
No, sorry, it wasn't Cam Miller. It was
a North Dakota State offensive lineman. Yeah.
From the first round. Let me get his name real fast.
It was Gray something.
And there, yeah. Was he the one who also had all the bush light?
Yes, I think so. No, there was one with like
Gray Zabel.
Gray Zabel. Okay. Or Gray
Yeah,
Zabel.
sorry.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Might have been Zabel from Pierre.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
it.
that's how you're supposed to pronounce that?
That's you say it's Pierre.
Pierre.
Okay.
Pierre, South
Not
Dakota.
Pierre.
Nope. It's Pierre. Because South Dakota. Just like it's Cairo.
So my apologies for that. It was Gray Zabel who had the Zabel. Were you heard on Zabel?
I'm gonna guess Zabel.
Okay, Gray
That's
Zabel.
about right.
He had his Settlers of Catan box up front, and it looks like he had an NIL deal with Settlers of Catan as well, which, hey, Settlers of Catan company, if you want to spend money on things, we'll take your money.
So I found that there is a paid partnership with. So Gray may not be paid, but there's like Ben Morrison. Ben Morrison has an NIL deal with Catan too. So let me see here. Hold on, football player for Notre Dame. He's a cornerback for the Buccaneers now. So he basically he had a deal with them, but he went undrafted. He signed with the Bucs. So the cornerback for Benjamin James Morrison from Notre Dame. Basically, you could see there was like paid partnerships with Catan and football players. It's incredible.
Yeah, this is one with him too.
Yeah, great. Okay, yeah, I see them. Yeah, they're doing. So it was like, Catan's like, hey man, you want a paid partnership? Let's do this.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
So yeah,
that wheat, right?
The Raiders have picked up 2 fun FCS quarterbacks.
And the fun part for me is that the Raiders had they had 2 out of 3 picks, and they did this like sandwiched. This is like they drafted touchdown Tommy, somebody else picked, and then they drafted Cam Miller. They're just like, hey man, these dudes were cool in the FCS title game. We're gonna take them both.
Also, UNLV's punt block specialist Ricky White III is going to Seattle.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Our undrafted free agents. Hey, ULM mentioned.
Yeah, I'm excited. We don't get too many of these at all at ULM. I think the last ULM person drafted was like a 6th round cornerback to like the Browns, and I think in like 2017 or 18. So like just to have somebody signed, even though it's an undrafted free agent, that's amazing. The quarterback Caleb Evans, who I thought maybe would be a UDFA, didn't get a chance because of COVID. Didn't get his, they didn't sign that many due to COVID, and nobody got to come check him out due to that. So it was like, it was kind of a bummer there, but he's won a couple of Grey Cups, so he's okay up there in the CFL. So I'm just happy for ULM to do this. Pitt Girl got the left-footed kicker Ben Sauls, and undrafted free agent. Where is he going?
He's staying home.
In
He's
the same
staying in
stadium.
Pittsburgh.
In the same stadium.
I do want to take this moment to verbalize what I said on Blue Sky about this, which is that Steelers people, if you are anywhere near as unkind to Ben Sauls as you were to Kenny Pickett when he was still in Pittsburgh, I will bite you.
Don't like that. She will bite you.
I will.
That goes for Raiders fans and Tommy Millot.
Yeah.
If you touch my boy, I swear to God.
I mean, yeah, Bridget's gonna throw down. Don't mess with Tommy.
I will. I hate the Raiders, but I'm being really brave about this.
I'm just glad that I'm like, okay, it's the Commanders. Dan Snyder's not there. My sister, my brother-in-law is a Commanders fan, so like half, my sister's a Saints fan, and she's like Commanders, so living in DC area. So I'm like, okay, fine. Same colors too, so that's good for Carlton Vickers.
Yeah,
works out.
And lastly, DJ gonna get it. Uyunglele. Thank you.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Got it in 3.
Yeah.
From Florida State and a bunch of other places is going to the Chargers.
With Jim Harbaugh. Oh yeah.
Maybe Jim Harbaugh can fix him.
I mean, yeah. See, here's my again. I think pretty much every NFL, like anybody that goes to the NFL, was like probably pretty good in college, so I think highly of them. Like my thought there is like, like I wonder if the Chargers can be the one to figure him out, unlock him.
I mean, just like somebody drafted Graham Mertz, and you're like, Graham Mertz?
Someone draft him, or is he an undrafted?
No,
free
he
agent?
got drafted.
Okay, well then.
I thought he did. Yeah.
I mean, again, it's like okay, like he hasn't been good, but like, I remember he was like
he
a
got
highly
picked by the
touted
Texans
recruit.
in the 6th round before Quinn Ewers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, maybe they can fix him.
The Graham Mertz experience.
Let's do our ad read here.
Yeah.
As always, you can find us on Beehive, where we have Beehive, where we're going to have our series on long forgotten NCAA records, amongst other things, including trips to spring games and trips to other events the Seagulls have gone to.
Yeah, I have Joey finished writing his one where he went to the Battle of Sexes with Caroling, so that'll come out on Monday, which you're hearing this on Tuesday. So go back and check it out if you're not already subscribed. It's free. He did a piece about the Battle of Sexes Caroling. It was a pretty fun little read. Bridget has her Big Sky Starch Madness thing. I'm still lining up to try to get together to put that in the Beehive, which this weekend was kind of crazy because I got new flooring throughout the house, so it's kind of like I moved, but I stayed in the house. So I had to move all the furniture out of all the rooms. And then I got all the furniture back in, but now it's like, okay, I have all this other stuff. Like, do I throw it away or how do I put it back in? I got the main
It's really
stuff.
too bad you couldn't just levitate everything for a little
If
bit.
only. Like, it's just like, we did get some of those cool furniture movers that look like hockey pucks, like half hockey pucks. You can slide stuff around, which is great. But the new flooring is awesome. I'm excited.
The carpet looks very squishy.
It is so squishy. The padding underneath is memory foam too.
Oh.
It's so fancy.
Check out our Patreon for $5 a month. You can get access to our Discord as well as our paywalled podcasts, some limited series that we have going there. 33 episodes of it so far. And also get access to things like us more often. So if you want to come and say hi and give us your ideas, we're always happy to listen. We have our merch store at sickoscommittee.org. I plugged the wrong merch store this weekend on the timeline. Whoops.
Yeah. Mr.com.
.com. We've never used .com. I don't know where it came from. We have our YouTube. We have our Instagram. We have our Twitch, where we actually were on there. We had folks on the Twitch on Friday and Saturday drafting other things that were not football players.
That was fun.
Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to places we refuse to go. And as always, for the softest, comfiest collegiate apparel that's official and is wonderful and is most of my wardrobe now, go to Home Field Apparel. Use offer code yes, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. Oh, Pitt Girl is wearing the banana slug shirt. Commish is going
Fiat Slug.
Fiat Slug.
Chattanooga.
I wore that shirt yesterday, Pitt Girl.
I noticed when you showed us the picture of you making the UNT mascot look sad.
Oh my god! Now I realize why Scrappy was so worried. He was afraid you were gonna hit him. You know, Pulp Fiction style.
Oh, that is true. Cut here for a second. Okay, coming back in. Well, we get an expanded bracket, which is what we all wanted. Unfortunately, it is for Division 2.
You mean fortunately?
I mean, that's still welcome. We
Yeah,
still
I
wanted
don't
that.
think that's unfortunate. I think we like more football
Yeah.
here, where we believe that all football is good football.
Mm-hmm.
When they expanded the D3, that was one of my happiest days. Also, I don't know if we covered it in this podcast, but the next sack is going to start sending teams to the D3 playoffs.
Did you just say the nutsack is?
No, the
is
nut-
I
okay.
swear to God,
No,
he
the
said the next
nut
sack.
sack is sending people to the Cleveland Browns.
Okay. Yeah, okay. No, it was like the neck sack. It was like the neck sack, and I was like the part of the chicken.
Mhm.
Well, see, yeah, I was picturing, like you know how sometimes when people get older, they get the
I mean,
neck
I
thing.
get, I got the double chin sometimes. I need to lose some weight, but
a
not.
waddle.
I don't have a neck sack.
The New England Small Colleges Athletic something.
Sack.
Conference, one would imagine, given that it
I
ends
was-
with C.
I was going like corporation. No, that's not right.
Committee.
Conference. Committee was my other one.
Yeah, there we go.
But D2 is expanding out, which is great.
I like
There you go.
the fact that they're doing this in D2 because it expands from 28 to 32 teams, and this will now award automatic bids to all 16 D2 conferences. So everybody's going to get an automatic bid. You win your conference, you in. Automatic bid.
Also,
Awesome.
32 is just a much better number for a bracket.
True. I mean, it makes it a little bit easier.
The numbers all number. You don't have to do anything with buys or any. There's no fuckery. You just do the thing.
Yeah. Division
nice.
1. That sounds nice. Division 1. Did you want to?
Mhm.
No. Okay. 12 still. All right. Fine.
What about this? We do have
What?
some conference changes to talk about.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Hey, CAA football, we need to talk about what's going on here.
Oh no.
The
Oh,
CAA,
no.
the CAA has lost William and Mary to the Patriot League.
Man, that's devastating. They lost 2 teams. I had to make the joke, man.
I do like the idea that at one point in time, William and Mary was the University of William and the University of Mary, and they formed College Voltron.
They got married, and they hyphenated.
They're going to the chapel and they're going to get William and married.
I mean, the real William and Mary got married,
Mhm.
True.
like from history.
Yes.
That is correct.
They did do that.
They did
famously.
do that.
And then they got invited to do a coup because they weren't Catholic.
It's an important quality to have.
It's true.
So the CAA football, now this is not CAA proper because William and Mary is staying in the CAA not football conference. They're two different. The CAA has their football conference is a separate legal entity.
So the CAA is the weird descendant of the Yankee Conference,
Right.
which is now back in the weird form with Sacred Heart and Merrimack. But the Yankee Conference used to be like UConn, UMass, everybody up north, whatever, in that little area.
But not the New York Yankees.
But not the New York. In the New England region, with the football there, then like programs went away. Then they had to do the weird A10 football for like a little bit, along with and then now like the CAAs. It was the Colonial Athletic Association. Now it's the Coastal Athletic Association. This is constantly in flux here, which FCS like conference realignment is even more insane than like normal. I would say like FBS. FBS is rather settled for the most part.
No, it's not. It is in a state of
Way more
gonna
than
explode.
FCS.
Yes,
way
I mean,
more
that's
than
true.
like. So the thing that
Because they
holds
all have blood pacts with each other. That's like, if you leave, we're gonna fucking sue you for so much money.
Well,
That's just
no,
the
it's
ACC. It's fine.
because the teams in like FBS, especially a power conference, have media deals that tie them to the leagues. Whereas in these smaller conferences, they
They
don't
really don't.
have those media deals, and that's what ties everyone together.
I would say one of our friends on Blue Sky was excited that William and Mary was leaving the CAA because he no longer had to deal with Flow Sports.
Yes.
And so they were kind of thrilled they're going to the Patriot League. Then they get ESPN Plus instead, which ESPN Plus is a little bit easier to deal with than Flow
Much better
Sports.
experience for FCS
No,
football, I have to say.
no offense, Flow Sports. You just don't have enough like features. I would say it's just like it's on. You can't pause. I mean, you can't back. You can't. It's just on.
It's the streaming service that hates its users, like
I mean,
actively.
it feels like that's most streaming services nowadays. But yes, even it feels it
At
hates
least
you the
other ones
most.
let you pause or like start from
Yeah,
the beginning.
like this was like no, you can't do none of that.
The CAA football conference since 2021, this is according to our friend Sam Herder, has lost JMU, Delaware, Richmond, and William and Mary. And they brought in Bryant, Campbell, Hampton, Monmouth, and North Carolina A&T. That is not a value
No.
for value draw.
No, you are not recreating your losses in the aggregate there. No disrespect to, our beloved Campbell Camels, etc.
I mean, but that's not really. I mean, how the game works is teams that do well will move up, right? So, like, if you're not a top conference, this is. I mean, like, look at Conference USA's membership over the years.
Yeah, this is very much like FCS Conference USA.
Yeah, but if you look at the CAA, they're still able. I mean, they added a bunch of teams to replace the teams that left. They're still able to add teams. They're still probably a healthy conference. That's just how the game works. Like if you're a lower level conference, you have teams that are really good, really competitive. There's a chance that they're going to move up. And some of those schools left the CAA and went all the way up to FBS. Others are just, they just want something different that is probably a little more focused on what their needs are. And so, you're holding together your conference. It's pretty healthy. That's all you can do as a smaller conference.
Now, what I will say is that the conference still has a bunch of teams that have won the conference recently. They're not losing everything. Rhode Island won a share of the conference title this year. Last year, both Villanova and Albany won a share of the title. New Hampshire and William and Mary split the title in 2022, and then Villanova got a share of the title in 2021. So they're not like losing everything.
So Sam was also saying, Sam Herder, at Sam Herder FCS, was also saying that now some sort of onus is going to fall on Villanova. They're going to see what Villanova is going to do next, football-wise. So there is going to be probably further movement in FCS, which, again, my meaning is like FCS there's constant movement. FBS, they have those things that kind of tie you together, TV deals wise. But FCS, they don't have that. So there's like each year there's like new folks in new conferences, which is it's fun to try to keep up with.
It gets confusing a lot because I promise you it's going to take me a year or two before. Well, William and Mary isn't going until 2026, so I'll have time. But Richmond will be in Patriot League this year.
Yes. So I like that the Patriot League is like preserving rivalries too. So they're gonna have two of the oldest rivalry. They have Lehigh and Lafayette and Richmond and William and Mary. So
very good.
Yeah. They're gonna have some really historic rivalries FCS wise now.
We also have the Huskers Athletic Fund setting up a silent auction with some very fun stuff. Commish, when this was brought to us, what did they tell us?
So we got tagged in this on the timeline, and I think it made it into our Discord too. Almost like the same time, they're like, "Hey, Nebraska's doing an auction for their like benefit. So like if you like go to this like gala dinner or whatever, you can bid on certain things to support their athletic program." And the one thing that we got tagged in immediately, it was like, "Hey, do you want to shoot the T-shirt cannon during a football game? Now is your chance. You could do this at the Arkansas State game." when Arkansas State comes to visit Nebraska, you can man the T-shirt Gatling gun for the Cornhuskers if you bid the right amount at a silent auction, which
Commish, I think this is what the money is for.
it's too late. The auction's over now. But
It went for so much money.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it did go for a chunk.
I quote tweeted it. I was like, "We bid $1 million. They did not take our bid." So
discrimination.
This went for $6,276. I think you could buy the Gatling guns yourself for less than that.
Oh, I don't know. Those things are expensive.
You hear some things that didn't go for as much as operating the T-shirt cannon. Leading the team on a legacy walk before the football game in the 2025 home for Nebraska football season.
Yeah. That was $3,776. That was the winning bid for that. So there was more money raised for the T-shirt cannon. Somebody needs to make a mental note that I need to pay attention to the Arkansas State game between Nebraska because there's going to be a rogue cannon operator, and we need to track this. Like, I need to remember this.
When is this game?
It is Arkansas State versus Nebraska.
What's the date?
I don't know. I gotta look.
Oh, okay. We gotta look this up.
While you look this up, I have hastily Googled something else. And listener, I am immensely pleased to inform you that you yourself can purchase a T-shirt Gatling gun from tshirtgun.com, which exists.
How much is
for
that?
the low price of $4,000 for indoor wheels and $4,200 for one with turf wheels.
Gotta get the turf wheels.
Obviously.
Why would you not?
Commish, is this what the money's for?
How much is this?
$4,200.
$4,200.
It's not as good as
presumably plus shipping. It is not. It is not as good, or it is not as big, or presumably as good as Nebraska's T-shirt Gatling gun. But it's a start.
Okay. Hey guys, I found the thing that I wanted. $3,500 for a dinner with Coach Dana Holgerson. Man, that's a lot of free meals at the casino they're cashing in. Holy shit.
How much? Click here to get yours. FXinmotion.com claims to have all manner of extremely large T-shirt Gatling guns, including one that is being operated by Bucky the Badger, but it won't tell me how much they cost.
If you have to ask.
I guess. Ooh, truck-mounted T-shirt gun.
Oh my god.
What kind of truck? Are we talking like a pickup or like a...
Yes, like a pickup.
I assume it's a Toyota Hilux that was previously driven, in a civil war somewhere in the Sub-Sahara. Yep.
I mean, America is not good enough to get the Toyota Hilux, so.
The Tacoma's not nearly as good.
That's true.
No.
I would love to have dinner with Coach Dana. I'd love to have dinner with Matt Rule, $8,500.
Do you get to pick the place?
I feel like with Dana, you're getting takeout.
Yeah, that's whatever the casino will give.
Or
you.
You're going to the casino and you're eating for free.
Whatever the buffet is. You got 30 minutes to talk to me while I shovel food in my mouth. Yes, Brigit.
Coming back, there's no Arkansas State game. It's just the name of the cannon. The description says, if you've ever wanted to operate the T-shirt cannon at a football game, now is your time.
Oh my God.
Only the bidder will have the chance to operate the T-shirt cannon. You and 3 others will receive tickets into the Sideline Club for an unforgettable game day experience. You can redeem this opportunity at a mutually agreed upon regular season game in the 2025 Nebraska football season. This is for the top 2 bidders. So I regret to inform everyone we might have to watch Nebraska football.
Hold on. Okay. So it says operate the AKRS.
That's the brand.
AKRS.
So that's the sponsor of the cannon. It is farm equipment.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I assumed that was Arkansas State. And I'm like, they're not playing Arkansas State. Like,
no,
what game
I
is this?
Googled and the AI slop said that that they would play each other in 2025, but that the date and time was unknown. But it is expected to be during the fall, during football season.
Mine said the Google
It's
AI
a spring
said,
game.
Google AI said they were playing on September 13th, and I was like, no, Arkansas State's playing Iowa State, and Nebraska's
Yeah.
playing Houston Christian. This is bullcrap, AI. Let me turn it off, Google.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really don't want to like kill a bunch of cute fluffy bunnies and dry up oceans and whatever else just to
Okay.
Google things.
I hate that I'm on Chrome for this, like, and it defaults to Google. Like when I go back to my normal browser, I get DuckDuckGo. So I would have got the right answer. from the
Commish,
doc.
what are some other things that you can bid on or you
Oh.
missed?
Yeah, that we could have bid on.
I think the live auction happened yet? It's all happened. Yeah, we're all past this.
It's
Whoops.
done. So no, the winning bid's there. My favorite one here is that they had play a round of golf with basketball coach Fred Hoiberg.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, play 18 holes. Like, you're committing Fred Hoiberg, your basketball
That's so
coach,
fun.
the 18 holes with this person that paid $3,800 to play with the basketball coach that won the college basketball crown. So, I mean, again, that's over $200 a hole of Fred Hoiberg. That's a lot of Fred Hoiberg.
At the live auction, one of the options was play pickleball with Matt Rule.
Yes, there was. And I love the ones like play pickleball with Matt Rule, but like you have to bid at the event. Like they wouldn't tell you what the winning bid was.
Nope.
Like you get to play pickleball with Matt Rule.
I think you'd have to pay me to play pickleball with Matt Rule.
The funny thing is, like, when I met Matt Rule in person at the Southland Media Days and like the Texas High School Coaches Cup, like he was shorter than me, and that threw me off.
I mean, again, this is a man with extremely Philadelphian energy.
Yeah.
I am not surprised.
I was just like, what? I was like, I'm 5'9", 5'10" if I'm lucky. And
Matt Rule's 5'7". He has 5'7" energy.
he's like 5'7", 5'6", and it's just like, okay, but like it was just weird. Like when I see a coach on the sideline and like there's these giant linemen, and you got this little dude like motivating them. It's funny. It's really funny.
The Hawaii Bowl will be back, and Sheraton will be the sponsor again. Easy Post no longer.
Pour one out for Easy Post, who very
Easy Post
kindly
wasn't there last year either.
sent me. I know, but I do want to reiterate that Easy Post very kindly sent me a whole swag bag after members of the committee bullied them into doing so.
Yes.
And I used that backpack. There was a backpack and a very nice beach towel and some like Hawaiian food and seasonings and a deck of playing cards and Oakley sunglasses that obnoxious Sleepit boyfriend wears while he's running because I wear prescription sunglasses. But I use the backpack that they sent me all the time. So thanks, Hawaii Bowl. Thanks, Easy Post. I hope Sheraton also does fun games on social media so people can win swag.
I hope they don't have to cancel one of their games due to COVID, though, which was, I believe, is how you got that bag.
Yeah.
Yes, that is how I
that
got
was true.
that bag.
That was the best day because the social media guy was just like, I'm just going to take pictures around here. I'm sad.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I missed the Nebraska one here that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, watch a college football game in Larry the Cable Guy's suite.
Yeah.
What an odd sentence.
Nope. None of that.
That sentence came straight out of 2005.
I mean,
And
I feel like he'd be fun to watch a Nebraska game with.
I just think you're in his suite. I don't think you get him there too.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If it's his suite, that's fine. If he's there, I'm walking out.
I don't know. I feel like he'd
we're
be
done.
pretty fun.
I don't know what you said. That's
Okay,
funny.
but
I'll tell you what.
he's probably not doing his like stand-up routine while if you're just hanging out, right?
Well,
Like,
he is the member of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour who has been the most clear about the fact that his bit is very much a bit.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bill Engvall is like, yeah, this is just who I am, and so is Ron White. And Larry the Cable Guy is like, no, this is entirely a bit. I'm doing a bit.
I just want him to like if you get the Larry the Cable Guy suite, I just want him to be Mater the entire time.
If he's Mater, that's fine. I'm bringing my Cars enjoying child.
Yes.
and being like, "Hey, look, it's the voice of Mater."
It's the voice of Mater.
Do
Go
y'all
over
know?
there.
Do y'all
Gotta watch
know
the
what
game.
Jeff Foxworthy does nowadays?
I don't
Oh,
want to know.
I don't know that I want to know.
He hosts a Bible game show.
Of course he
Oh,
does.
yeah, that tracks, honestly. Because he was the host of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader for a while.
Mhm.
If you host a Bible game show, you might be Jeff Foxworthy.
American Bible Challenge.
Oh God.
Hey,
Oh, it's
you
not
know
on
what?
anymore. Never mind. It's not on anymore.
You know
If-
what, though? Bible quiz kids have to have something to aspire to in the same way that Quiz Bowl kids have Jeopardy.
Yeah, listen, I would have been in Quiz Bowl if I knew that was a thing. I just had Bible trivia, okay? Leave me alone.
Oh, he hosted the American baking competition when they tried to bring over Bake Off the first time.
Oh, God, no.
We have news from up north. The new CFL commissioner, Stuart Johnston. He said something very important, Commish. What was it?
Very important to us. And we got immediately tagged in this by Canadian news reporters. And so I'm going to give a shout out to Adam Lescaris. It says, most important bit of news from Stuart Johnson's introductory press conference to the media as the new CFL commissioner. Quote, the Rouge is here to stay, unquote.
We love to see it.
Yes.
Perfection.
That's it. I mean, do it. Love the Rouge. Can't get enough of it.
I love when people get so indignant on a walk-off Rouge, where you lose the game by missing a field goal, but still booting it at the back of the end zone.
Or like the walk-off punt we had last year to end the Edmonton Elks season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just booted the punt out of the end zone. Like, he had to boot it with all, because those end zones are 20 yards deep. So it's like he had to boot it with all of his might just to get it through the back of the end zone for that 1 point win, that's incredible. Like, I never want that option to go away. I want a walk-off punt. Punters don't get that in the NFL. They don't get it in college football. In the CFL, the punter has their time to shine. They can walk it off with a walk-off Rouge. The punters need this. We need this. Everybody needs this.
I do want to play a clip from one of the stupidest things I've seen in baseball in a long time.
Ooh.
This is why it's the beautiful game.
I'm a Pirates fan. I've seen stupider. I'm going to say it already.
I mean,
Oh, there's definitely stupider, but this just made my entire month.
You have to adjust the stupid for the Pirates.
I mean, the Pirates got somebody in a rundown between the home plate and first base. You're never going to beat that. But this is close. We aren't going to beat it, though.
I'll play the audio for us first.
1 for 2. Taps this one to third. And he throws it down the right field line. Roberts is on the move. And he is going to stop. No, now he's going to go to third. Here's the throw. It gets by.
Oh, my God.
Here comes Ramos. This game is over.
Oh, my God.
The most Little League shit you've seen in a long time.
Okay, I'm mad. I'm mad already. Right fielder, why the hell were you not backing up first base?
Mm-hmm.
This should not
Number
have happened.
2, why was nobody setting their feet?
Nobody.
Like, the pitcher, like, he gets a pass. A little bit of a pass, right? He should have set his feet. He was trying to make a play.
Yeah.
That's fine. First baseman, set your feet. Number 2, the reason I wanted to talk about this was the quote between Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow. The Giants win the game on a Little League home run. Tell me you've seen that one before. Well, not since my oldest son was 10 years old.
Jesus.
Find the clip, friends. It's beautiful.
I would also like to take this moment to say, as a Central Pennsylvanian, that I try to watch the Little League World Series like every year, and I have never seen something like that.
Yeah, I feel like when my nephew played in the Little League World Series, his team was more competent than that.
Mm-hmm. Don't insult the Little Leaguers like that. They don't deserve it.
I've seen it before. I've unfortunately been a part of it, but on the defensive side, it was my freshman year. Our freshman team was awful, and freshman in high school, I'm the first baseman. We had like a big fence, but the third basemans that we had, not that great. They would either like bounce it in the dirt to me or throw it like 20 feet over my head. Like there, and then like maybe every now and then I could stretch and catch one. But this happened, and we have like a kind of big fence by the dugout where it occurred, but it hit like the edge of the pole, the metal. So it was like a doink, and it went like past the right fielder who was trying to back it up. So the center fielder wound up getting it. That's how bad it was. And the center fielder wound up getting it. It tried to throw the person out at third, but airmailed it over the dugout at third, and it went into the street. And so he basically got the base to go home, and that was we didn't win that game.
Neither did the Giants.
Neither did the Giants, no. But
Go Hens.
I've been a part of that. Like the third baseman, like airmailed. I hated my third baseman. I still remember his name. I'm not gonna slander him, but it was either like you're gonna dribble it right where the dirt is cut, where I have to make a scoop, or you're gonna throw it way. Like he could never get. And this was the only third baseman we had that had arm enough to make the throw. So it was not good the freshman year. Luckily, sophomore, junior year, and senior year were much better for me.
And lastly, well, several world records several. Take that again.
I'll just put Nat in.
So I noticed some things that happened this weekend. There were some recent weird world records set. And I found this on the Guinness Book of World Records website. There was one record, we'll talk about this here, and then there was one event where there were 42 different world records set in it that happened over this weekend. So this first record, I just want to talk about because I know how Jordan loves these little yellow things.
I love the Minions so much. They're
You
my
do.
favorite. They're so
You
funny
do.
when they say banana, and everyone
They are.
laughs. They love it.
Banana.
It's so fucking funny.
Banana.
Then they introduce other movies because they're the only thing that fucking Illumination Studio owns is their intellectual property. I hate it. I hate it. I hate banana.
Banana.
Do you know the Minions' names?
No.
Okay, all right.
Do they have names?
They do have names.
They do have names, and
I also just learned.
This is great. So, this happened on April 23rd. So this is a few days ago before the recording, and it was after our last recording. So Wednesday, an Australian woman, her collection of Minions earns a Guinness Book World Record. The Western Australian resident, Liesl Bernanke, earned a Guinness World Record for her collection of 1,035 pieces of Minions memorabilia.
Nope.
And so there's the news article right above it. I took a snippet of the news article. It says, "My daughter says I need another house just to store my Minions, but I love being surrounded by their beautiful, bright yellow smiles. They are in every room and on every spare wall." Bernanke said that while some more casual fans might find the Minions interchangeable, like you guys here, she has a clear favorite. My favorite is Stuart. Stuart, the sassy one-eyed Minion with an attitude. He is the one I have tattooed on my arm.
Isn't that all of them? They're all sassy and one-eyed? What the fuck is Stuart special?
No, some of them have two eyes.
Kevin has two eyes.
I think Dave has two eyes too.
So many people and kids comment on the tattoo, and we start talking about our mutual love of the Minions, she said.
If you had given me $1,000 and asked me to bet what the Minions' names are, I never would have come up with Stuart, Kevin, and Dave. I would have been like, oh, they're called like Orpschlip and Lula and Badugu.
What about King Bob?
They all just have names. Like they have guy names.
That's... Are there
no
lady
Minions men? Are there lady Minions?
There are no lady Minions.
There's no lady Minion? It's 2025. How do we not have a lady Minion?
Because we're not rid of DEI in this fucking
Yeah,
country.
we can't have the Minions woke.
I mean, the real question is, okay. Again, Google AI, fuck off, but this is funny. I have Googled, are there girl minions? And AI overview says, no, there are no female minions in the Despicable Me franchise. Pierre Coffin, the voice actor and creator of the minions, has stated that they are all male. He has explained that this is because he couldn't imagine the minions, who are often portrayed as, quote, dumb and stupid, being female, and that it would be awkward to explain their reproduction.
Okay, I
Wait,
get it.
So,
I too think men are dumb and
Hold
stupid.
up, hold
Thank
up.
you,
It's true.
minion creator.
This
I
is
am pretty dumb and stupid. I agree.
accurate characterization.
I
Thank you.
agree.
Now I'm thinking about minion reproduction. How do they reproduce if there are no lady minions?
I imagine that they just like eat an enormous quantity of minion food and split into two minions.
A bud, yes,
Yes.
Oh, they're like amoebas.
or like SpongeBob.
I think that's what started in the beginning of the Minions movie.
Cellular reproduction.
Yeah.
I did not see the Minions movie, so I'm taking your word on that one.
They can conveniently get frozen in Antarctica while Hitler is Hitlering.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Because it is canon earlier in the movie. I haven't seen the movie, but
You've seen it.
my
That's
understanding is
a
that
lot.
the
I've
minions'
seen it
goal is
before.
to serve the most evil person available,
Yes.
and so there's like Napoleonic minions, and then they conveniently get frozen in an iceberg during the Second World War.
They got lost after Napoleon, and they did not come out, until the 60s. So they did not resurface.
Okay, if they
Yeah.
resurfaced in the 60s, shouldn't they have been following Pol Pot around for a while?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, where's Pol Pot's delightful minions?
Yeah,
I
I,
mean,
was gonna say. So are they just saying it's just, you know what? All the other monsters of history we're cool with. Hitler is our limit. Like, is that what they're saying?
I mean,
That's exactly what they're saying.
Or are they gonna have to retcon more later?
Sorry, we don't know the actual what
They were-
happened in the Minions universe.
I'm
rules
also
ours.
just imagining the minions like riding around with the Mongols.
I was also just thinking, like, okay, like, how are they defining evil? Like, would they have been present during the Great Leap Forward?
so they
Yeah.
they
They're
Garrett
enforcing the
Seltzer?
Cultural Revolution.
so they
The
got.
minions are sending the intellectuals to the
Minions, the
countryside.
Little Red Book.
I'm trying to figure out like what they started like with the dinosaurs. They were following a T-Rex. They hilariously killed the T-Rex. That was nice. I'm trying to figure out what else. They followed humans.
And then they said banana because it's fucking funny.
Well,
Banana.
what happened is they saw a banana underneath a rock, and then that rock started, chasing the T-Rex, who was doing it like a unicycle and fell into lava. But this is great, and hey, John Hamm was in that movie. So was
Damn, he must need money.
Sandra Bullock was also in that movie.
She must need money.
It's the movie that you do that they give you a bag of money and you're like, who cares? Where
Yeah,
you
it's
can go do.
it's pretty easy to just do a voice acting role if you're a
Mm.
big time actor.
It's great. It was a fine movie. It was cool. So it's tolerable to watch along with the kids. I'll say that.
It's no Sonic movies though.
It is no Sonic movie. That's correct. Sonic was good.
It's true.
Yes. I haven't seen Sonic 3 yet, though.
I'll never get over Sonic being set in Gallatin County. Because the license plates it's set in Montana, and they
Yeah.
have 6. Like, the license plate starts with 6, which is Gallatin County, which is Bozeman, and surrounding areas in Gallatin County. Now you know.
Okay. So we're moving on to the next thing here about the Guinness World Records, which was pretty funny for me. And I wanted to bring this to you. So this was the TCS London Marathon 2025. The Guinness World Records folks were there, and 42 new world records and 54 Guinness World Record title holders came out of this year's marathon. And I'm like, how did this occur? So I linked this in. It just says like Guinness World Records news. Here's a link. You can go and see what was done. But, down the line, there was like a list of all the records broken during the TCS London Marathon. I have taking some pictures and stuff. It was like fastest marathon dressed as a pirate male. Also have most underpants worn during a marathon male. As you can see, this gentleman has, I don't even know how many pairs of underwear on. But there was a lot of different things, like this gentleman by the name of Tommy Trees, fastest marathon while wearing foam clogs, male.
I like that they said foam clogs here
Yes.
because they can't say Crocs because it's trademarked.
Yes.
Yep.
That's correct.
Oh, is that what they mean by foam clogs?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. I was picturing like little Dutch clogs, but foam for some reason.
Kind of. But, again, there was some cool ones that was like fastest marathon with somebody with Parkinson's disease, which is awesome. Then there's like other weird ones with like fastest marathon with a man dressed as a traffic cone.
No disrespect to traffic cone guy, because I certainly couldn't run a marathon wearing literally
Period.
whatever.
I can't even run a marathon, period. But yeah.
But right, but some of these records seem a little bit more legit.
Yeah. It's like fastest man in an elf suit. Then it says fastest marathon dressed as a mythical creature. There's like a whole bunch of people that are dressed in like costumes and stuff. This one that ran a marathon as a Rubik Cube. Like, I mean, I can't imagine.
That's kind of a vibe, though.
I wonder if you could do it while you're running.
Which mascot, like college football mascot, do we think would be the best to run a marathon while dressed as?
The Mountaineer.
Yeah.
With the
or the leprechaun.
Yeah. You want something without a lot of extra bulk.
Mhm.
Like you do not want to be running around as Purdue Pete.
I don't think
Nope.
Purdue Pete would
Or
run.
Sparty.
Think about all the air resistance from trying to run with that giant fucking head.
Purdue Pete doesn't run. He walks like Jason or Michael Myers.
That's true.
Yeah.
He's coming for you.
He's just he's taking his time. You're gonna trip. You're gonna break your ankle. Purdue Pete's gonna get you. You're
so
gonna
that
go
marathon
upstairs.
would take a long time.
That would take a long time. I don't think it'd be.
But
the
again,
fastest
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
I don't know. The sprinting. You got to go with Puddles the duck. So, I mean, the way that they come out of the cannon to begin the game, Puddles has got some speed.
That's
But
true. Puddles does run pretty
Oregon duck.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine like what mascot would be like the best to run as. Like it's got to be costumed, I guess. I don't know.
Cosmo.
I was gonna say, I feel like if anyone is
God, it'd be so
insane enough
silly.
to do it, it would be Cosmo.
It'd be Cosmo.
Yeah.
Cosmo would do that for BYU, guaranteed. Like there is.
I want you to tell me what you think this costume is. This person is Chris Rhino Boy Green, and he holds his second record title for the most marathons run in the same three-dimensional costume. It looks like.
What is this?
I don't know.
I have a guess, given that I looked at what the other marathon records are. May I guess?
Go for it.
Is it like a mollusk?
Fastest marathon dressed as a three-dimensional plant, parentheses male.
It's a plant? Because I thought it looked like a cockroach or something, but like looking at the belly.
Yeah, I also am thinking like mollusk here.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's like a barnacle, kind of, maybe. I don't know.
So I have a question.
I can't tell. For like a second, it looked like a monstera.
About the Guinness Book of World Records. Do they get paid every time someone sets a world record? Because
Pretty
that
much.
would explain these world records.
Oh, yeah.
You also have to pay them to come out to observe, and then they get to decide if you get the record or not.
I mean, I don't know. It feels like if you're going to run a marathon, you might as well come up with something, and then you can arrange with Guinness to give yourself a world record.
It's true.
I love like you said, they can't say Crocs and they can't say Rubik's Cube. It just says fastest marathon dressed as a rotating puzzle cube, female.
Biblically accurate puzzle cube.
I mean, just like look, youngest person to run a marathon barefoot. Like, you got to be kidding me.
That one feels slightly more legit to me, actually.
Then there's another one. It's like fastest marathon in a 10-person costume. What the hell?
Someone wore a suit.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I fastest marathon in a suit.
Someone was dressed as a Spartan warrior. We're halfway to Sparty.
Okay, so I mentioned the underpants guy, and they gave you how many underpants? How many underpants you think this gentleman is wearing? I threw the picture in there.
Was he wearing 12 underpants?
No, higher.
20?
Higher.
30 underpants?
Higher.
50?
Yeah, I don't even own this many underpants.
50?
Higher.
75.
Okay, lower. Jordan was close.
69.
I wish.
Nice.
I wish.
52, 53, around there?
52.
Jesus.
52 pairs of underpants. Jason Burberry. Most underpants worn during a marathon, male, 52.
Shout out to Jason Burberry for being one of the most like English looking people on earth.
I mean,
Hey,
I love-
hey, health freaks, you know why we fucking put fluoride in our water? So we don't have the big book of British smiles over here, okay?
His teeth look fine.
No, they don't.
I didn't zoom in. It's fine.
They're not great, and that's why we put fluoride in our fucking water.
the Guinness Book World Record like guy giving the plaque to all these folks, he just looks so happy. Like, it seems like this is the best job ever. I want this job now. Like, just show up and like, here, you get a world record. Here's a plaque. Here's your achievement. He just seems so happy.
I need you guys to guess something here.
Okay.
The guy that won the fastest marathon dressed as a body part, male.
Okay.
What do you think he was dressed as?
I feel like if he was dressed up as a dick, we would know.
That's the problem,
Uh-huh.
right? Because I was hoping it was something like that to start with, or balls.
No,
or something.
he's a foot or something, isn't he?
It's actually a
Yeah.
bone, guys.
Is it a bone?
Okay?
It's a bone, right? Was it a bone? Was it a bone?
It's a bone.
I mean, that
Shoot you in the
would have been undulating the entire marathon.
That's true.
It truly was.
Get some good
They're
jiggle physics on that.
26.2 miles of the bone going up and down.
Oh, he did it for a sarcoma charity. That's very nice.
That's nice.
It's still a bone.
It is still a bone.
It is a bone. All right.
Can I just say, the people that dress up for races while I'm out there being like, oh God, it's 5K, I'm going to die, just end me now. They make me angry. Because they're like, oh, not only can I do this, I can do this while looking silly. Whereas I'm like, I'm just going to look silly because I'm bad at this.
I mean, at that point, you may as well own it and just look silly twice.
Right,
I
exactly.
mean, that is true. When I used to
Have
do the
fun with it.
Nashville St. Patrick's Day 5K, I used to go in fun costumes or whatever.
I mean, it's just incredible that they do this stuff. It's just, I like this one. It's like, this dude's like, fastest marathon with bilateral total knee replacements. Female. Like,
Good for her.
who tracks
Mhm.
this stuff, man? The Guinness Book of
Guinness
World Records.
World Records. That's what
Okay.
they're there for. That's what they do.
See, but it's not the fastest. It's the fastest that when they were there to record it. Therefore, this was their record.
Yes.
So you got to remember that. There might have been someone faster with a bilateral knee transplant.
Mhm.
Hey, that's on them for not submitting to Guinness.
Yep, skill issue.
Maybe they didn't realize they could do it. They didn't believe.
The guy in the suit finished it in 2 hours, 39 minutes. What the fuck?
I love that the fastest marathon dressed as a crustacean male and then fastest marathon dressed as a crustacean female were both set in this record, in this race. Like, both crustaceans.
Honestly, that would be an amazing way to meet someone, like romantically.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how did you meet? We were both dressed as crustaceans in the London Marathon.
Give me this as like the Lifetime movie of the month.
This is the next Hallmark Christmas movie. they're running.
What if we kissed while dressed as crustaceans at the London Marathon?
What if they're running like the turkey trot and they're both dressed as crustaceans and that's how they meet? And she's back in her hometown, and her family convinces her to go, but she has to wear it because they're all dressed up as sea creatures, and she gets the crustacean.
Yes.
This one's set in Maine. This isn't a quaint town
Obviously.
in Maine, and she works
Yeah.
in
Town
New
in
York
Maine.
City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cut the episode somewhere in there, Arthur. What
Crustacean connection.
in the middle of the crustacean connection talk? Cut it right there.